The content, it never stays, we're positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. This here is buffet, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on the day, we always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, don't make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, don't make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you go up and run with no award toys. This culture meets the art, podcast with the heart. And essence of the growth, the thousands of people. Without you being equal, what we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go run the show like Arsenio. Episodic, our rituals, minds change to visual. Representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise and knowledge is power. Without it, we turn coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with us. I wish the greats were still alive and here with us, but it is what it is. We're left here, share our gift, and that's precisely what we'll do with it. Shape shift and fluidly, we can pass this test and still in our unity, elevated through stress. Yes, MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, don't make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, don't make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Yeah. It's up to you. You got the torch now. MediaScope. We're here for you.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the livest media, tech, and pop culture party in the land. Of course, this is clearly my opinion, but I think so anyway. And you join me every week, so I guess you think so too. This is MediaScope. Guess what we are? We are all things media, tech, and pop culture. I, my friends, am Dr. Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. And I'm here just about every week to hang out with you. Listen, you all make my Wednesdays. Wednesday is my day to just be. I already told you, I don't do anything else really on Wednesday. People are always trying to draw me to do other things. And I say, no, my dear, it's a MediaScope day. I don't do anything else but MediaScope stuff and stuff that I kind of have to do. Well, let's see who is here, who is joining us. I know folks are getting ready to come in, but let's check with Instagram first. We have TJ Mai Tai. What's up, sis? How are you? Love James Maxwell is here. What's up? Pam has joined us. Reg E. Hustle. Love the name. All right. Loyal Gemini is also here. Pat Roberts. Hello. How are you? Good to see you. Our friend Bryson, BBK, Bryson B. Nolan, the pop culture man himself. Welcome and thanks for being here. Classic C Gems has also joined us. Jay from the Pacific West Coast is here as well. Thank you, my friend. How are you, Jay? Good to see you. Good to see you. Blessed to have Aiden is here as well. Hello. Quaffdo, Charlene, that's me, is here as well. Welcome. How is everybody doing? It is quite a day, and I know it's hot in the rest of the country, but listen, you all better not complain, because as soon as November comes, and the first frost, you'll think it's cute for a week, and then you'll start complaining. Be happy with what you have when you have it. I'm just saying, because look, I do summer weather all year long. I'm not a winter weather person. You all can have fall or autumn and winter. Keep it all. I will take summer. I like spring too, but it's got to be late spring, not when there's this rainy, cold. Late spring, beautiful flowers and such. All right. Wonderful. And you know what I didn't do? Give you all a hug, and let's see who is over here. And you're going to see me probably look to the side because some little gnat has gotten in here and is trying to be with the lights. Don't let me clap and get you. That's all I have to say. Let's see who's here. Joining us, Trish is here from the YouTube side and says, I am just with you. I'm with you just summer, right? That's right. And you live on the West Coast, right? I don't know why I keep wanting to say Hawaii, but I think it's like California. So, I'm okay with moderate weather, right? I lived in the mid-Atlantic in DC for a long time. And well, back when I lived there anyway, in the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s, it was It was good. The winters were not too bad. There was one year where it did not snow at all. Yeah, so but I'm okay if I don't have to wear a coat ever again. In fact, I have a light coat. If I have to go somewhere where it's winter, I'm in trouble. So you can see summer is on my mind all the time. Yes, and Trish is in Santa Cruz, California. Well, welcome all the way from Santa Cruz. Trish, it is good to see you. Fantastical. Let's see if we have any other things over here. We do. Bestie. Bestie is here. The best of Bestie. You know, you need to have an album and call it the best of Bestie. I know you never said you could sing, but I'm telling you, you can. Also, Jess Chris is here. What's up? How are you? Chitter 3333 is here. Hello, how are you? And yeah, Cotton. Hey, how are you? Cotton is here. All right, now that we've got so many people in the house, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the hug. I hug you because I really do appreciate you. Seriously, you could choose to be any place else, as I always say, doing what you're supposed to do, but you choose to goof off here with me. That for me is stellar. I love it. Yes, Bestie says yes. Album. I'm waiting. We're going to be waiting for it to hit the Billboard charts. The best of Bestie. I love it. Brown Skin is also here. Hello, my sister. How are you? It is so good to see you. All right. Well, we have a lot to get through today, so I'm going to get to it. First of all, again, welcome everyone. If you're just joining, this is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. I am here every week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Let's give you the deets. There we go. We're also I've got some X news too. So if you're watching this on X, on Indie Soup Media, my network, Indie Soup Media. Very soon, we are going to X. And I'll tell you why when it comes to that story. But you can figure all that out. You can take a look at all of this down here. But also, you can listen to us if you happen to be in Nassau, Bahamas, or in the Caribbean, because I've got a lot of people that listen in Jamaica, that listen in Barbados. You can listen on Gospel 107.1 FM. And we wish you a multitude of blessings. Thank you for listening every week, Thursdays at 2 p.m. on Gospel 107. Oh, and guess what? If you happen to be watching us on YouTube and maybe you're not signed in now, that's okay. Sign on in when you get the chance and go ahead and like and subscribe. You could watch us on Dr. Tachi on YouTube, and you can also watch us on Indie Soup Media. Wait, no. Sorry, that's the wrong one. I can't find it right now. I think, you know what? I think I took it out because I needed to change it. So, Indie Soup Media, we are on YouTube, Twitch, X, but don't worry about X. We're on Facebook Live. You can also watch on indiesoupmedia.tv, and you can watch on Roku. So, we got a lot going on. Let's see if we have any commentary before I move on. Let's see. Trish says, no thanks to that humid New York weather. You know, listen, my hair likes humidity. I know a lot of people's hair does not. Mine does. My hair thrives in humidity. It loves the moisture. So do what you like. I'll take, as for me and my house, we will take humidity. Though I'm not pleased when I have to keep the air conditioner on all the time so that, you know, things don't mold. But it is what it is. You take the good, you take the bad. You take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Where did that come from? I just have to tell you, theme songs live in my head. Ladies and gentlemen, theme songs tend to live in my head. What are we talking about today? We have a lot that we're going to talk about. ACB, the therapist, is also here on the Instagram side. And Kelly says, good evening, good evening, good evening. All right, Love You Vibes is here. Hello, how are you, Love You Vibes? Good to see you. I think I got everybody. All right. So we're going to get to it. So we're going to start off. You know how we always do. It's media, tech, and then pop culture. So how about we start with a little bit of media? We're going to do that right now. Oh, my friends, welcome. All right, so let's start with a little bit of media. I'm going to put up a photo. What we're talking about first is the Hollywood Walk of Fame. First of all, I know if you live in LA. I was about to say Los Angeles. That's not it. It would be Los Angeles or LA. But if you live in LA, you live somewhere in California, you've ever been to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you'll notice that there are so many people that have been recognized. I've been to LA a few times, and I actually stayed at the W on Hollywood Boulevard. And the Walk of Fame goes right past that. That's a nice part of the Walk of Fame. Some of it is an interesting area, but it is what it is. So they're getting ready to do, I guess, another class of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. These are some of the people that are nominated, so honorees rather, not just nominated, but for the Hollywood Walk of Fame for 2025. You've got people like Jane Fonda, Alan Cumming, Prince, and more for the class of 2025. So just Monday, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce announced, let me tell you who all is going to be there. Jane Fonda, as you can see here, David Beckham, Fran Drescher, Alan Cumming, and of course the late Prince. I don't understand. Let's just keep quiet because we already know. Well, I'll talk about it in a minute. So in addition to Fonda, motion picture nominees are also John Carpenter, Jessica Chastain, Bill Duke. I took a class with Bill Duke once. Robert Englund, okay, also who played Freddie, Emilio Estevez, Colin Farrell, Nia Long, Lisa Liu, Glenn Turman, and Tony Vaz. Television honorees are, of course, Drescher, Lauren Graham, Bill Nye, yay, the science guy, Molly Shannon, Sherry Shepard, Courtney B. Vance, Chris Wallace, and South Park creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone. So let's talk about some of the recording here. I'm going to take this down so you can see my face, not that you need to. But here are some of the recording artists that are going to be recognized. You've got Fantasia, as you can see in the photo, Depeche Mode. Oh my goodness. Raise your hand if you were a Depeche Mode fan. I loved Depeche Mode. So happy to see that. So Depeche Mode, Los Bucas. I don't even know who that is. If somebody knows, put it in the chat. The B-52s, Green Day, the Isley Brothers, Busta Rhymes, George Strait, Keith Urban, and War. Listen, I'm not understanding why some of these people didn't have stars on the Walk of Fame before now. Now, granted, it's not free. They don't just say, okay, let's just put this person and we'll recognize. You have to pay for that, right? Or somebody has to sponsor you. So in order to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, it is not free. You need to be sponsored. So that could be part of the thing. And I don't remember the amount. Somebody can put the amount if you know. Something tells me it's $50,000 if I am not mistaken. Am I wrong? Or is it 10,000? Somebody help me, please. It's in the 10,000s. So I think it's 10,000 or 50,000, one of those. But the point is, it's not free. So not only are you nominated, but somebody has to, sponsor you for that. Go figure. So that could be a reason why some of these people have not been before. Now, there are theater honorees, and I'm really excited about this one. Misty Copeland is one. I love Misty Copeland. And if you don't know Misty Copeland, she is a ballerina. She was one of the first Black principal ballerinas for the New York City Ballet, NYC Ballet. She is an amazing dancer and an amazing person. Also, along with Beckham and Oral Hershiser, I don't know who that is, so forgive me. Adam Carolla is receiving a radio honor. What? This is a really, really big class. Good for them. All right. Well, this is what Chairman Peter Roth has to say. Each honoree truly embodies the essence of excellence in their respective fields. There we go. So congratulations to all the honorees. You can actually probably watch the ceremonies, because if you follow Walk of Fame, I think the account is Walk of Fame on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch when people are honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So you can go to the YouTube channel and follow along. I don't know when the ceremonies are, but it's for next year. Well, congrats to all of you. Congrats to all of you. Maybe one of us one of these days will have a star on the Walk of Fame. All right, let's see what's going on in the comments. Ron Foster is here and he says, "What's up?" Ron Foster, what's up with you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. All this time, and no, I mean, I would have thought Prince would have been had a star on the Walk of Fame. Jane Fonda would have been had. The Isley brothers should have been. I don't know. Let's see what's going on Instagram. Instagram, do you agree? Do you agree with me? Let's look. Bryson said you can enjoy the hot weather. I will. Thank you very much, sir. Hey, Kicking It with Jazz is here. Brownskin says Prince doesn't already have a star. That's surprising. I had no clue. Now, I don't have memorized the list of people, the wonderful people that have a star on the Walk of Fame. But if you would have told me that some of these people did not, I would have been very surprised. Very surprised. Especially some of these people who have been around for eons. Sounds like a long time. Hannah Boyd Miller is here, and Levok, our another native Californian, is here as well. Love You Vibe says, Isley Brothers, mind blown. Yeah, I am very surprised that some of these people don't already have stars on the Walk of Fame. It makes absolutely no sense. Here, let me take this down. Let's see. All right. So Trish says Orel is a Major League Baseball player. Okay, so he's an athlete. Thank you, because I was like, who are these people? And again, I can't know everything. I don't know most things. So the fact that I know this is surprising enough. And Trish says exactly, Prince? Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Let's take some more comments and see what's what. Okay, so Levok, the resident looker-upperer and troublemaker number one, has looked up things, and he said it's 40,000 according to Siri. Yeah. Okay, so I remember it like being 50,000 or something, but I was like, maybe that's high, and I can't. But most people don't have $50,000 laying around, so you have to pay. So add up. Listen, you read all those names, right? Or you heard all those names. Multiply that times 40,000. The Walk of Fame committee or organization is making a hefty sum there, but it's not often that they have to, get their terrazzo star and put it in. Okay, so that's $1,000. Now the rest goes to, I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know what all the costs are that go into that. But congratulations anyway. Let's keep taking some comments. Bryson says Robert Englund and John Carpenter getting the Walk of Fame, their master of horror. Yeah, absolutely. For horror, which I don't like. Yeah, the Isley brothers don't have one either. I think we all just assumed, but of course, Prince has a star. Of course, the Isley, we just assumed. Depeche Mode? Listen, don't sleep on Depeche Mode. I would have thought they would have had a star already too. Depeche Mode. Next time I'm going to find out that Boy George doesn't have one. You better have one. That's all I have to say. Kicking it with, let's see, Camellia Flanagan, hello, says, getting a star on the Hollywood Cost of Fame costs $75,000. Okay, so $75,000. I'm not sure. I need to look all this up. So we've got some figures here. Siri said 45,000. Camellia says 75. So the point is, you're going to be paying tens of thousands for this. It's not free. Creed's Classy Bling is here, and Michelle Lives 08 is also here as well. Levox says no. Are you saying no to Jane Fonda, or you can't believe she does not have a star? DJ Vaitai, hello. How are you? Michelle says, true. I was confused and surprised. I think we're all a little bit confused and surprised and bewildered, bamboozled, led astray. I don't know. Okay, Levoc, thank you. Boy George does have a star on the Walk of Fame, because I was about to be highly upset and change my colors like a karma chameleon if he did not. All right. Yes, Camellia Flanagan. Last year, Cat Williams did pay for Melba Moore's star on the Walk of Fame. Yes, he did. That was a very noble thing to do. And I actually got to watch Auntie Melba get her star on the Walk of Fame. That's why I'm like, if you're interested in this, follow the Walk of Fame account on YouTube and you're able to see that. And then turn on notifications, because even if it's somebody you don't know, I said, oh, who's this person? And I didn't know, but I got to watch. And it is a nice honor to be honored by your peers, right? But let's keep in mind that simply because you don't have a star on the Walk of Fame does not mean your work is not important. Because you don't have an Oscar or an Emmy or a Grammy or a Tony, because you're not EGOT, because you don't have these things, that doesn't mean your work is not important. Obviously, Prince has had many awards, but he didn't have the star on the Walk of Fame. Does that make him less of a brilliant musician? Not at all. So the fact that it is nice to be recognized by your peers, and I think it's wonderful. However, not getting awards does not mean your work is not important. I don't have any awards, not for the stuff I do. And I think what I do is pretty important, right? So you can look at yourself as well. All of us in our own way are stars. And often we're not recognized for what we do, but it's okay, because the point is it's making people happy. It's useful to someone. And that's one to grow on. Remember that from back in the day? On, was it NBC, ABC, something? All right, B Pearl is here and says they have to pay also. Yes. And B Pearl also says hello to everyone. Arlene is here. Hello, Arlene. Love You Vibe says, I adore Boy George too. Listen, that Color by Numbers album, I know all the words to every song. Every song. Love it. All right. B Pro said the estate had to pay. Yes, obviously. And Levox said Milli Vanilli had a star on the Walk of Fame. Did they really? Please tell me this is a story, because they jumped the gun on that one. Although those two could really could sing. Yeah, interesting. Milli Vanilli. That's a blast from the past. Also, let's see who else is here. Shelly Blonde. Hey, how are you? Welcome. If you all are just joining in, welcome to the fold. MB Online says, hey, MediaScope fam, how are you? Welcome. And Elise is here. What's up, Elise? Thank you so much for being here. Folks, this is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. We are here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Excuse me. And of course, I don't have my water near me, but when we take a little break, I will go and get that water. You can find us in a multitude of different places. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. By the way, let's talk a little bit about my network, Indie Soup Media. Folks, I am just flabbergasted by the way we have grown on YouTube. If the last time I looked, we were at 14.8K. So 14,800. We're almost at 15,000. I said I was going to do a special live stream when we hit 14,000, but we're growing so fast that by the time I say something, I've already hit the next milestone. So hopefully I'm waiting for, I'm going to talk to DJ Big Ford. He will do a special live stream. We'll have a little party and celebration, and I'll let you know when that is. As soon as I organize that, maybe we'll be at 16K by that time. But yeah, thank you all for watching the amazing content and the amazing content creators on MediaScope. Okay, thank you. Yes, Ron Foster says we're at 14.7K. Thank you very much. Thank you. So in a little bit, we'll probably be at 15,000. All right, there we go. Okay. Let's keep going. Let me see if I'm missing anything here. Levox says the star was awarded to the production company, not the musicians, due to the lip sync thing. Oh, to the production company. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Gonna get that silver YouTube plaque. Yeah. What is the silver? What do you need to get the silver YouTube plaque? I thought it was like 50,000. Even if not, it's not like I'm not going to make. I've been making content listen, guys, I've had a YouTube account since 2006. Now, the question is, have I been making content since 2006? I have not. 2006. I've always had I've had a YouTube account since they first started, but I used it as storage and I watched stuff. I didn't create. So I didn't really start creating stuff until relatively recently. So anyway, let's King Carl is here. What's up, King Carl? Good to see you. Let's keep going. We have got some more things to go. Some more stories to go. So let's do it right now. All right. So our next story is where we go. All right, let's talk a little bit about Spotify, shall we? Hold on. There we go. Let's talk a little bit about Spotify and what's happening in the world of spotting of the fly or the five. All right. So they've unveiled a basic premium tier in the US for users who don't want to pay extra for audiobooks. Okay. So actually, let me know if you have a Spotify, if you pay for Spotify. Raise your hand or let me know if you pay for Spotify. You already know not to ask me because you know the answer is what I'm paying for is what I already have, right? So let's see. So they actually just unveiled this. So this is a less expensive basic premium plan without audiobooks. So the new plan is going to cost you $10.99 per month compared to $11.99 per month for the standard premium plan. Now, folks, let me put my face up. You all just raised prices, or let's say it in vernacular. Y'all just raised prices. They just raised prices, and here they go with something again. Now, this is interesting. When I see price raising like this, it makes me wonder what is happening. Now, first of all, remember, all these companies are publicly traded companies, right? So publicly traded companies, who are they beholden to? The shareholder. No, not the customer. Nobody said that, but I'm heading you off at the pass. Not the customer, the shareholders. So there must not be enough money being generated somewhere for them to say, you know what? Let's do this too. Okay. All right. Interesting. So it's a reduced price, but that lets me know if there's a price reduction, that lets me know that they're not making as much as they thought they should. And so they're reducing prices in an effort to entice folks to do this. So I didn't want to confuse things. When I say money is not being made somewhere, it doesn't mean that they're raising prices in this tier. What I mean is they just raised prices, but they're looking to make extra money someplace else. This is probably someplace that has fallen a little short. So they said if we do a little bit, like $1 less, we can draw people in or at least keep people, right? So that's what I mean there. So this was just basic premium plan, basic and premium in the same sentence. You tried it, Spotify. Okay. So just as a refresher, earlier this month, they raised prices for all of their subscription plans, including premium individual plans. Let me tell you, to $11.99 a month. Dual plan rose by $2 to $16.99. And the family plan is rising by $3 a month to $19.99. Where do people get this money? I'm glad you have $19.99 a month to spend on this. But you know what? Everybody has their vice. Everybody has something that they are willing to pay for. Some people are such music heads and they love music that much that they said, you know what? This is what I'm going to pay for. I love music, but not $19.99 a month love when I have other things that I'm paying for as well. So music is going to go by the wayside, especially when I use the free plan of Spotify. I am okay with commercials. I'm not going to complain because I'm not paying. So give me as many commercials. Just at least give me like 3 songs in a row I can listen to. That's all I ask. That's all I care about. Let's take some comments. Levox says Spotify is building a rocket to Mars. Follow Elon Musk. Let them do it. Hey, Kick It With Jess says, or maybe they're too top heavy with that Joe Rogan contract. That has been the problem. Absolutely. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, remember, this is, I think, 2 years ago now, they gave Joe Rogan a $200 million contract for his podcast. I don't know why. I'm not a Joe Rogan fan. I don't know why they thought it was worth it. Yeah, he has a following, but $200 million following? I don't know. But yeah, that is a very top heavy contract. That's exactly so. That's part of the thing. So if we're looking at things, and I'm looking to see where we're hemorrhaging a little bit, I see there's a little bit of churn going on with this basic premium or this plan. I am going to then say, okay, let's lower this a little bit, or let's change this plan by lowering it a little bit and keep people and maybe draw some new people in. The point is, whenever you have a subscription service, your service only survives by bringing in new people and not losing the people you have. So that Joe Rogan contract, if you ask me, I would not have done that. I don't see, some people value Joe Rogan, but I don't know. Let me not say that. You all tell me in the chat. Is Joe Rogan worth $200 million? Tell me if you think that he is. Lost Leader says, Levox Darbu is here. Hello. And Adrian Wiltz joined. Hello, hello. Also, Love You Vibe says, I'm not a fan either of Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan isn't that good. I would rather listen to Danica Patrick talk about alien, says Levox. Sorry, no one is worth $200 million. Hannah Boy Miller says, no, he is not worth $200 million. Yeah, I don't know. So Classic C Gem says, you Googled it. Silver, thank you. We're talking about YouTube. Silver is 100,000 subscribers. Okay, well, we have a ways to go before we get to a silver plaque, but it's okay. You know, we're gonna do what we do regardless of any plaque. And then, you know, by the time we get there, they may change the metric. You know, they move the finish line. So it is what it is. Do what you do because you want to do it, not because there's a payoff at the end. A plaque. Plaques are nice, but you know, they're going to find a way to move the finish line. I'm telling you. Kicking It With Jess says, I've had a YouTube account forever too. I should get an award for watching YouTube. Listen, if there was an award for that, I would already be at platinum because all I do is watch YouTube. Bryson says, I got Apple Music and I'll pay for it. It is $10.99. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's doable. But again, it's on what you value. It is what you value. So nobody can tell you or make the decision for you as to what is valuable. That's a personal decision. And for me, Spotify, paying for Spotify is not that valuable. And Joe Rogan definitely, in my opinion, is not that valuable. But somebody likes him because he's got a following. Let's take a look over here. Terry Johnson online is here. It says, not a fan of Joe Rogan. Trish says no to Joe. Rod Foster says, preach. Inflation in America is due to corporate greed. It is. It is. Also, Terry Johnson does pay for Spotify, and Trish is not paying for Spotify or does not pay for Spotify. Ron Foster, don't we love this platform? I do. I really do like YouTube. YouTube has some great things, but they're going to find a way to move the metric when we're almost there. They will find a way. Hey, Shelly Shells is here and says, happy Wednesday. Well, happy Wednesday to you, my dear. Trish says this, we chose Apple Music so we could use Stationhead. So I know there are a lot of you out there, particularly some of the CQ crew, who do shows on Stationhead. Now, again, I can't listen because Stationhead will do this thing of you can hear the voices, you can hear the commentary, but you can't hear the music. So I'll go on Stationhead and listen to somebody, and it's like, and they're like, all right, and now we have Can You Stop the Rain by such and such. And then you'll see comments with I remember this song, this is good. I'm like, I don't hear a damn thing. Because you can't. That's the way it is. You have to hook your account to Stationhead. So it's Spotify and Apple Music, correct? So I don't have either one. So I'm okay. I just always drop in and say, hey, I'm just dropping in to say hello. So know that I am supportive of you, but I'm not paying. All right, here we go. Yeah, that is the catch, right? Absolutely. There's always a catch. Nothing is free. Give us free. Nothing is free. All right. So let's see what is here. Kicking it with Jazz is laughing. Thank you for the laughter. Blame it on the rain, Millie Vanilla. Exactly, right? That was softly falling. Blame it on the stars that shine at night. Is that the word? Whatever. Anyway, what is the YouTube channel? My YouTube channel, my own is youtube.com/@ Dr._Tachi. It's the same everywhere. So if you want to follow me on YouTube, thank you for putting that out there. Please follow me on YouTube at Dr._Tachi. And yeah, you can watch here. And here's the thing, the experience. So, of course, it's great to watch over here on Instagram, but the experience is better on YouTube. You can watch it on your television on YouTube if you want to. And I tend to do things like that because I'll be working on my computer and using my phone. So watching things, if something is being broadcast on YouTube, that is great for me. All right. So, Groovy Deliciousness, how are you? The most bakingest person in Philadelphia, PA. Welcome. Good to see you. She happens also to be a classmate from UB days. Welcome, welcome, welcome. PR Diva, how are you? Good to see you. But good to see you. All right, let's keep going. We've got some more news, folks, on the media side. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Do you like price hikes? If you do like price hikes, Paramount Plus is raising their subscription prices effective September 20th. Yay! So they announced 2 days ago that they're raising the monthly fee for their branded Paramount Plus subscription streaming service from $1 to $2 monthly beginning in September. So if you have the Paramount Plus plan with Showtime, it's going to cost $1 more per month to $12.99. And the ad-supported Paramount Plus Essentials will increase $2 to $7.99 monthly, up from $5.99. Okay, see, now you people are just getting greedy because you want me to pay more and I have to watch ads? Okay. So the annual subscription prices will remain the same. So if you're doing it monthly, there's a change. But if you have the annual subscription, it is going to remain the same. Now, if you have the existing Paramount Plus limited commercial plan, that's not available to new subscribers. So you can't sign up for it now. But that's going to go up. You have to be grandfathered in, and it's going to go up $1 more to $7.99 per month. All right, raise your hand if you're on Paramount Plus. What I want to know is what is on Paramount Plus that requires that somebody subscribe to it. I'm really not trying to be facetious, or maybe I am. But let me know, is anybody watching anything that is on Paramount Plus that you're like, I definitely want this service because my show X is on Paramount Plus? Let me know. Let me know. I'd love to know. Love to know. All right. Uh-oh. How did I click that off? I didn't mean to click that off. Of course, I made a mistake. Oh, boy. Okay, there we go. We're back. So, Levox said he tried Paramount once. Then there's not much on it. All right. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I noticed that there's not a whole lot on Paramount Plus. So I'm wondering, when people are paying or when they're enticing people, what are they enticing them with? Now, we're all different. We all like different things. Maybe there's something for everyone, right? And maybe there is something that some people like on Paramount Plus. Now, remember, Paramount Plus was formerly CBS All Access. Okay, remember that. So CBS and CBS All Access tend to skew older. So of course, now that it's Paramount Plus, they're going to have some of those same legacy shows, and it will still skew older. The problem here is, and this is not just them, this is every single streamer, you need to start looking at tomorrow's customer. So you're worried about today's, and yes, we live in today, but you're not worried about tomorrow's customer. Is Gen Z going to watch? How are you going to draw Gen Alpha in? If you want longevity, you need to have your plans for Gen Z and Gen Alpha. but you're too busy with reruns of The Price is Right. Da, 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 da. You're too busy with that. Nobody wants to watch 10 million years of The Price is Right. I urge you to start to look at your strategy and say, what are we going to do to pull in Gen Z and Gen Alpha? And that doesn't mean you still cannot serve the audience that you have now. But sorry to say, that audience that you have now is not going to be there all the time. I'll leave that right there. Anyway, yeah, I took it there, Jazz. I took it there. Something Fresh has joined us. Hello, welcome. And Samsung has a TV channel too. Yeah, you know what? All of the television makers, they all now have television channels or slates of television channels. I recently bought an LG. LG has a whole slate of channels. So if you buy, most television makers, most of these device makers, they will have content as well. So rarely do we have, just when it comes to television anyway, just television set makers anymore. Everybody is now also in the programming game because of these free ad-supported channels. That's a big thing. Fast, right? Bertie Lynn, welcome. How are you? And she says, yep. Gen Alpha, yes. Gen Alpha and Gen Beta. If the next one is going to be called Beta, they may not go in order. Because they have Gen Z and they said, well, we have nobody else. We have to go to the the Greek alphabet. So Gen Alpha, the next one should be Gen Beta. So you need to start thinking future-wise. All right, Levox says, I don't mind watching older television. I don't either. Listen, I am Perry Mason, Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Mannix, Canon, all of that all day. I love it. However, does this next generation love it? Probably not as much because it's not as close to them, right? Their parents didn't watch those types of things. I mean, heck, our parents barely watch those things. So their parents didn't watch those types of things. So unless they're into it on their own, that may not be something that they gravitate toward. So you have to look at, what are they doing? They're watching TikTok, right? They're watching YouTube. Those are the things that they're doing. So I'm not saying become the TikTok network, because Paramount Plus, I'm telling you right now, that's not going to work for you. You have to find a way to include that in what you do. And there's a delicate balance, and nobody has all the answers. So CPR Diva, you're trying to get us in trouble. She has an altered Fire Stick. I'll just say that and leave that right there. And she loves it. And Hannah Boyd Miller says, me too. In terms of the television shows, Levox says, I'm a Gen X and grew up using the card catalog, phone book, and rotary dial phones. Well, hello. Bertie Lynn says, I love them too, but we like Bridgerton and Love is Blind. Hello. Yes, no, absolutely. We love all of that stuff. So it's a balance. It is a balance. I think so many of us, not only do we enjoy things on social media, but we also love, listen, to be honest though, TV, you could do better. You could do better. Because if I was stuck without, regular terrestrial television for a while, I would be okay because YouTube exists. I would be fine. Because YouTube exists. Love Bridgerton as I do. Love these shows as I do. But if they did not exist, I would be okay. So what does that tell you? There's a contingency of people that are okay without all these things. Let's take some comments. Here we go. We've got, let's see. Ron Foster saying, no. What is the no for? Are you falling? That's the no that when people are like, no. And why do they say no when they're falling? Not that they would say yes, but I really want to know, where did no come from? I have that question, and when people say ho with me, what does ho mean? Somebody help me. Put it in the chat if you know where no came from and what ho means, please. Let's see. So Ron Foster said, I will be deleting. What are you deleting? I missed it. So put it in the chat again. Oh, okay, here we go. So he says, I deleted 7 of my subscriptions. And Ron, when I see you in person, I think I'm just going to look at you in disbelief. This man says he is now saving $238 a month because he switched his car insurance to Geico. I'm kidding. No, he's saving $238 a month. What were you subscribed to? A yearly season pass to heaven? That's the only thing I could think of that would be too. Wow. Anyway, Ron says Samsung has great channels. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. No, I'm not paying higher prices. Okay. Well, don't have Paramount Plus and you'll be fine. And you know what? It's about time that I actually take a look at what I'm subscribing to and see if there's there are things that need to go, because probably so. All right, let's hop back over to the gramming of the Insta side. And gramming of the Insta side, that made no sense, but let's see. Levox says, Ron, you rebel. See, you between PR Diva and Levox, you're trying to get us in trouble. Levox is talking about hacking neighbors' Wi-Fi. So PR Diva's talking about altered. Look at you. Look at you. The views expressed by the audience of MediaScope are not necessarily the views of MediaScope or subsidiaries. Just have to put that out there for the lawyers. Kicking it with Jazz says they probably say no because they can't believe they're falling. And I don't mean to laugh, but you know. Anyway, Levox says cutting cable will save you $1,500 a year. Anybody who still has cable, I have some land to sell you right where that monolith was in the desert. If you are interested. Cable is such a joke. Telling you. PR Diva says that's the Brooklyn, Queens, NYC way. If that's not the truth, I don't know. And Levox says, hey, where there's a will, there's a way. Clearly. Bryson has us all beat. Says, I have Hulu, Live TV, Disney Plus, Max, Peacock, and Philo. Oh, well. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Hey, Lovey, how are you? And she says, great to get to listen in. It's great to have you. Great to have you. All right, folks, let's keep going there. Folks, if you are just joining, hold on. And Trish says rip-off cable companies. Absolutely a rip-off. Absolutely. All right, so here we go. Folks, if you're just joining, I am Tachi. You can call me Dr. Tachi, but Tachi is fine as well. I am a media professor, a filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. I am here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time on all these wonderful platforms that you see here. And we are MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. All right, let's do it. Let's keep going. You know, even if, and I picked less stories now, it never works. Really, I'm going to have to come to the point where I pick one or two and then we just discuss them because I really value the interaction with you all so much. So let's go here to this photo right here. And I'm sure you've heard about this, but we're going to talk about this from a different perspective. If you have not heard, well, let's rewind. I'm sure everyone knows about Versus by now. If you don't know about Versus, it is the matchup like this artist versus that artist that was started by Swiss Beats and Timbaland in the midst of the pandemic, and it was a wonderful thing. Fast forward a little bit, it gets really popular. Triller wants its grubby paws on it, and they acquire it from Swiss Beats and Timbaland. Well, they really didn't do what could be done with it, and they fumbled it. So what happened now? Swiss Beats and Timbaland now got it back, and they own they own Versus 100% once again. So they own it 100% once again, and what did they do? Did they say, hey, we can take this to YouTube the same way Coachella is on YouTube and they have all these stages? After all, we were already broadcasting there later anyway. Why not? No. What they did is they decided to make X, formerly Twitter, the official platform for Versus. No, let me fix my face. I'm a journalist, so I should fix my face. They decided to make X, formerly Twitter, the official platform for Versus. And they said this on their Instagram: life begins at the end of your comfort zone. It's official. Versus is back and 100% Black owned again. Let's give these people what's been missing. We will also be building new entertainment businesses on the X platform. Who should be the first kickoff show? Let's go. Versus on X. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And really, it's rocket emojis, but I'm just saying zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay, fine. People were really surprised and disappointed. Let me know in the chat when you heard about this. What did you think? Were you okay with it? Were you surprised? Were you disappointed? So one person said this to on social media: the moment I really understand that our faves are nothing more than tools of capitalism chosen to sell us stuff. Their wealth is theirs. They're in that class now with those people. They are not like they are not like us, guys. Are we now using Kendrick Lamar's song for everything? They're not like us. Okay, they are not like us, guys. Seriously, happy Juneteenth. Okay. Somebody else said the culture is fractured. Grifters will grift when the right opportunity is presented for them to prosper. This is all about I and not about we. Don't be fooled. And the audacity to announce it on this day, Juneteenth, is laughable. So, of course, you know they're not going to sit there and not say anything. He posted a response to this criticism of a picture of himself and Timbaland wearing matching black sweats with the Versus and X logos on it, and captioned the post, "We will show you better than tell you. Blessings to all." Okay. I also read, and I don't know if you all read, but people were making things there, and somebody responded on X, about just being disappointed, and Swiss Beats says, "But here you are responding on X." While that may be true, I urge you to keep quiet when it comes to those things. Now, maybe you care about my opinion, maybe you don't, but I'm going to give it anyway. X, as we know, has not been the bastion of an outstanding citizen, fine, upright citizen at all. It is a place that forever has been growing. There has been growing seeds of hatred there, and it just exploded once Elon Musk took the helm because he let it explode. So it had always been there. Don't think that it was like fine and upright before. There had always been a problem with bullying and hate speech and things there. It just it was exacerbated and intensified once Elon Musk took it over. But this is what happens when you have someone who has no idea what they're doing takes over something. Okay? Honestly, that's like any of us taking over something we know nothing about. But ego says we can do it, and lack of impulse control says we can do it, so we do it. And then you end up with an X. Some of us have done this before. I like to think I have enough sense to stay in my lane because I'm not doing that. But this is what happened. So knowing this and knowing the history and what is going on with X, for some people, it feels like a slap in the face that you took something that was, quote, of the culture and you put it on a platform like this. That's what I'm gathering from the comments, and I'm wanting to read your comments. Let's see what's happening here. All right. Ron Foster loves these one-word answers today. Boo. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Trish is laughing at the boo. I think, yes, boo to X. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know. Let's see what people have to say on the gram. Oh, pumpkin spice latte drink. I like that name. Welcome. Thank you for coming here. Don Monroe is also here. Hey, Don Monroe, how are you? Kicking it with Jazz says rocket emojis is Elon's signature emoji. Now, see, I don't follow the man to know that that is his signature emoji, but it makes sense. And I kind of connected it because of SpaceX. Yeah, I kind of connected it to that, but it's foolish. None of them. X stinks. X is a terrible platform. It is a terrible platform. I just have to say that. It went from mediocre to absolutely terrible. It doesn't mean it cannot be a good platform, but again, things work from the top down. Rubbish at the top equals trickle down rubbish effect. That's just me. Levox says lame. Kicking with Jazz says this. I'm disappointed in Swiss. However, I'm surprised Timberland is involved with Elon. Listen, where there is money to be, we've said this. This shows that integrity goes out of the window when money is involved. Hey, Paul G is here. Hello, Purple Wallflower has also joined. Welcome. Good to see you. Hold on. Oh, and Kelly says she cut cable a long time ago. Elon needs to fix his Cybertrucks. Yes, there are problems with the Cybertrucks too, but my thing is like, who is buying a Cybertruck? I know it's a pop culture icon and that's why you're doing it. There are also some problems when people like, they actually polish their Cybertrucks to a high shine. So it like basically rendered them invisible. I don't know if you all saw this. P. Pearl says Elon is South Africa. Well, you know what? I'm not going to go there. Levok says, I hire the experts when needed. Trust me, you don't want Levok building bridges. Exactly. Right? You don't want me building bridges either. I am not a civil engineer. That is not what you want. And I'm not really hot. I just did this for effect. Anyway. So, all right, that is what is happening there. Let me make sure I don't. Okay, there we go. So that's what's happening there. I'm disappointed. But tell me, for those of you that are Versus watchers, will you still watch Versus if it's on X? First of all, I can tell you this. The experience is going to be terrible on X. The experience, we just got used to Instagram. But the experience of Versus on Instagram was not the greatest either. It's so much better when you watch it on YouTube. But okay, people like Instagram. People were there. That's where you go with where you are. But this is not something for a vertical format. This lends itself to, you know what? If you like it, I like it for you. How about that? I'll just keep quiet. But I think they can do much better than X. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, all right, so we're going to quickly, it's 7:03 and we need to get ready to end, but there are a few stories that I want to put in here. So bear with me. I do have another, there's too many good stories. I will, you know what I'll do? Some of these I will put in my feed on my socials so you can see what they are. So we'll do one more story. By the way, Prime Day is July 17th, 16th, and 17th. If you are interested, they have confirmed that Prime Day is then, and that is when you could get some deals on things at Amazon. Now, in the past, I'm going to see if they're really deals, because in the past, I don't need another USB hub. It was like a lot of that type of stuff. But if you're looking for some things, electronics, etc., there could be a lot of things. And actually this year, they are promising hundreds of thousands of deals on products from popular brands like Sony, Samsung, Ninja, GHD, Fitbit, Oral-B, and more. So, all right, not just USB hubs, but we'll see. But check out Prime Day, July 16th and 17th if you're interested. And let's see, one more story. This is, yeah, we'll do this one. All right, so this is a nice story to end on. We'll end on this one, even though I have... Oh no, should I do this one? I'm wasting time as I'm doing this. We'll do two more stories. All right. So here we go. Let's talk a little bit about Morehouse. Okay. So we do have a great story about Morehouse, or an interesting story about Morehouse. So a college professor at Morehouse, Musina Morris, is debuting the world's first reported spatial AI teaching assistants. Very interesting. So he's an assistant professor in education and the metaversary director at Morehouse. And he developed this technology in the spring of 2021 with assistance from other faculty. And yeah, so beginning in the fall semester of this year, students can expect to receive support from AI teaching assistants. They're going to manage assessments and office hours, ensure 24-hour access, and offer 3D demonstrations. And they're saying they're different from chatbots because they're conversational, they're 3D, and they can speak in many languages like Mandarin, for example. Tell me what you think about this, folks. Would you, if you're taking a college class, would you want a TA or a teaching assistant attending to you that was AI? Let me tell you this now. I think AI is very useful. I think that professors, we're already stretched when it comes to things. There's already a lot expected of us. I do see how AI can be helpful. What I don't like, though, this 24/7 thing, is you're setting up the expectation for students that they can have access to things 24/7. No, ma'am. No, sir. Office hours are okay, you have access when, and I don't like that because, sometimes some people, and not just younger generations, but people in general, students in general, can sometimes think like, if you don't answer them right away, you're not attentive. I'm not on 24/7, madame, monsieur. I'm not. So I don't like the fact that something is 24/7 because it may be cause for students to think, oh, I have access to this all the time. No, go to sleep. Although the other thing is, it could, if we're talking about having students registered and it's international, that could be helpful when it comes to a time difference. But domestic students might take advantage of that. That's my thing with that. But I want to know from you what you all think. Would you want an AI teaching assistant? So Levox says AI professors. Wow, I had a few that thought because they were that I thought were so old, they were like Lincoln, the Lincoln experience at Disneyland. Wow. Jesus Black Man, what's up? Says heck no. D Tuggle says I can't. Two Diva for you. Hey, how are you? What's up, D Tuggle? He is in the house. Let's go back a little bit. Kicking it with Jazz says, I'm not watching Versus now that they're aligned with Elon. Charlene, that's me, says nope. And she's not surprised. B Pearl says, I am not watching. DJ Kenny Price is here. What's up? What's up? Scorpion Vibes, how are you? And Jesus Black Man says this, you can't replace a great educator. So to be fair, it's not the professors they're replacing. It is the TAs. It is going to be like a teaching assistant or a teaching associate. So not yet anyway, not the professor themselves, but the TAs. So that's just to clarify in case you weren't clear. But even for a TA, but that's a good point. Eventually, this could be a professor thing. Would you want to be taught by an AI professor? And then if that's the case, it's like, well, why would you pay for that? At that interesting. Let me know. Hey, Jay Will Playwright, how are you? Good to see you. Let's take some other comments. I see two. Trish says, thank you for the updates. Absolutely. And they need to reduce. Thank you. So this is the point. Ron Foster says they need to reduce college tuition. If so, good luck with that one. They're not going to. They're already, let's look at this. To be honest, There are many schools that have large endowments. When you talk about a University of Alabama, when you talk about some of these Ivy Leagues, there are schools that have large endowments. But then you've got smaller colleges that do not, that really can't afford, because the cost of educating, especially when it's at a state school, excuse me, the cost of educating is really not what you pay, is not what the cost of educating is. So and it's expensive. So that shows you, and that also shows you there needs to be a different paradigm or a paradigm shift. But this is not the show for that one. We'll do another show for that. But yeah, Ron, I am with you. If they're going to do that, they need to look at reducing college tuition, but they're not going to. Let's see. So Levoc had a question: how are the TAs going to get their time to develop into a professor? You know what? That is an excellent point, because if I have TAs that are AI, what is the need? Well, they probably would have some requirement, because, and here's the thing though, I know some professors who never TA'd, who never taught before they got there. I don't want to point fingers, but I don't think that's wise. I had already been teaching for 4 years before I even graduated with my PhD. So I have been teaching. I think you need experience in the classroom. So that is a valid point. How do you get experience, and what are they going to do about that? I think they would have to. Now, granted, this is not widespread. This is just one school, but this could be a model for other schools. And if schools start doing this, then how do you train the future? Or is the university as we know it part of this future? Oh, dystopia. Yeah, those are questions. Those are all questions for another conversation. Let's see. Scorpion Vibe said, hey, big mistake aligning with Elon Musk as he battles lawsuits from Black employees. I mean, the writing on the wall couldn't be any more black and bright. It's written with permanent marker with a Sharpie, and you still can't see it? I'll keep quiet. Jesus Black Man says, do I think it's going to stop there? No, it's not just going to stop at Morehouse. This will probably be a program many schools will adopt. But and I don't have a problem with AI for assistance. My problem is replacement. So it should be an enhancement, a tool, not a replacement. But I think some people are listening to this and hear, oh, replacement, meaning some schools are like, oh, we can save money. Stop it. Stop it. It's not going to be of savings if students have problems. Just saying. Let's see. So Jesus Black Man is asking, can people mentally compete against robots? Well, robots don't. Let's not forget, people. Robots at this point in time cannot think. So yes, it is machine learning, meaning that it gets smarter with each interaction and learns patterns, but it cannot, think per se yet. I'm not saying it's not going to get there, but it can't do that yet. The key is, here's the thing, the key is not to be scared, or how do they say, don't be scared. The key is not to be scared. The key is to embrace it and understand it, because when you're not at the table to make decisions for it, you're going to be left behind. I'm just telling you now, don't get left behind. Make sure you are sitting at a seat in the table that has a thought as to which direction this should go, because that's going to be the problem, that it's in the hands of people that are not you, okay, that don't determine that it should go in a good direction. That's all I'll say. But no, can we compete with robots? I don't think we have to. Robots are supposed to be tools we use. I think and it is very, robot apocalypse can happen. I'm not saying it won't, but we've scared ourselves into this war of the worlds, the sky is falling, Chicken Little thing right now, that we're not looking at the writing on the wall and saying, what can we do and how can we use this and how can we incorporate this and how can we develop? Not just using, how can we develop? That's what we have to do. I think everybody here is a sane somebody, right? Everybody here is a very valuable somebody. Make sure that you are using it and that you have a say. I'm telling you. Let's see. Soulstar, what's up? Carolina, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, just saying. Skynet is real. It is. Folks with book sense, but no common sense. Listen, that's why I just stay where I am. I try to stay very little because I don't have a good poker face. And when people ask questions that really you should know the answer to, I blink a lot. And I realized I do that too late. So I said, the best thing is not to be where people can see that. Anyway, folks, we're going to end it here because it's now 7:15. And I know I have gone way over, but I so enjoy being with you. You guys are like my hangout, my Wednesday evening hangout. And I so appreciate you. All right. So if you're wanting to know more, as I said, some of the stories I did not get to that I wasn't able to get to, I will post on Instagram, on my Facebook and LinkedIn. And you can take a look at some of the other things going on in media, tech, and pop culture. I will be back next week. We'll talk more about media. We don't have a guest that I can think of. No, I don't. So we will have more media, tech, and pop culture news happening there. Levox says people with half a brain are dangerous. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, I will blink. So I just choose not to be in the faces of people who insist on crunching and asking stupid questions. Anyway, here we go. Let me make sure I've got people on the other things. Ron Foster says, we control the technology. Absolutely. Don't be afraid. Be very afraid. Be cautious. I would say that. I said, don't be afraid. Be cautious and learn how you can embrace this. Because while we're running, there are other people that are running to it. While we're running away from it, other people are running to it, and they're using it for their own purposes. We need to run to it. Now, run to it maybe with a machete in your hand, but run to it. You said, no, don't end. Really, I'm supposed to end because, I'm right now overcrossing with another show, which is not good. I'm trying to be better. And I'm usually pretty good, but today I was not. So we're going to end it here. Guys, again, I so appreciate you. You all make my Wednesday. I thank you for coming back every week and believing in the show. And guess what? If you believe in this show, there's a whole bunch of other shows I believe in as well on Indie Soup Media. I want you to come over to Indie Soup Media on YouTube at Indie Soup Media, INDIESOUP. So come watch. We got a bunch of really cool shows. So make sure that you are plugged in every day from Monday through Friday. Okay. So follow us on social and all of that. And you know what? I'll just play the thing before we go. Why don't I just play it instead of telling you? And that way you'll have all the stuff on how you can follow us. Here we go. So it's already here. So I need to load the other one, but you get that's where you can find us. All right, guys, I am about to vamoose. Thank you so much for being here. Let's end the way we always end. I love you for watching. I bid you adieu. You guys, myself, and all this news, we're going to exit stage left. And I'll be back. And I was doing a shoot today, so that's why I'm here where I am, but I'll be back in my normal spot next week. All right, guys. Cheers.
Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Felt was the same use, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities. Here we offer you. We can show you other way. The content it never stays, but positive and uplifting. Once a week the scope gifted. The zero to fake, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a date. We always here for you. Feel so when you're emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations. Don't make them yours. What we run